My name is Isuji. When I was in high school, a popular upperclassman told me that he liked me.
I like you. Would you go out with me?
However, the other girls that liked that boy found out and started bullying me. Every morning, I threw up from the stress and couldn't go to school on my own. I had my parents drive me to school while I sat gripping a plastic bag. I became unable to sleep and went to visit a psychiatrist in secret.
You just want to get out of school, don't you?
But my period has also stopped.
If that's the case, why don't you go to a gynecologist? There's a lot of you, weak students who don't have any grit.
I was shocked. During my second year of high school, my parents allowed me to change schools, but by then, a bomb had already been planted in my heart and my head. After that, I led a normal student life and started university, but when I started looking for a job during my junior year... It's morning. I have to get up. Huh? What's going on? My head and body feel so heavy. I can't get up. No, I have an early class today. I have to get up. What's happening? I can't think straight. I feel sick. This feeling. It was like this in high school too. I can't get up. I'm going to lie down again.
Susuji, you're going to be late. Are you still sleeping? Are you feeling bad? Are you okay?
Yeah, maybe a little. I don't think I can go to school today. I was able to answer her properly, and I was conscious, but it was like my head was still asleep. I was so out of it that if you were to ask me to add double-digit numbers together, I wouldn't be able to do it. I really couldn't make myself get up. Even getting out of bed was too much of a challenge. I couldn't figure out the reason why. This is strange. University is fun. It's not like I'm worried about anything either. That day, around lunchtime, my head finally cleared up and started working again. I was able to go to work in the evening. But from that day, I started feeling awful in the mornings. I was in no condition to go to university. I was lucky that my mom was so understanding. I went to the same psychiatrist as before with my mother.
You just want to skip school.
There's no way that's right.
After my mom snapped, we went to a different psychiatrist.
You have depression. The doctor you went to before misdiagnosed you because your symptoms are close to what is now being considered a new kind of depression.
Huh? A new kind of depression?
It is also known as atypical depression. With depression, typical symptoms include loss of interest in activities you used to enjoy and feeling sad. With atypical depression, you remain interested in things you enjoy but react strongly to things that you dislike.
Huh.
We have noticed that young women who suffer from atypical depression often have dealt with some sort of past trauma.
Huh?
Also, there are doctors who refuse to admit that atypical depression even exists, that it is simply the feeling of wanting to skip out on something. Just as the name suggests, this type of depression is new to us, and there is still a lot that we don't understand about it. But there is no doubt that there is something affecting your brain and lowering your quality of life. Is there anything in your past that could have caused this? Are you blaming yourself for something?
I was shocked. I thought that after I transferred schools that I escaped from the cause of my depression, but the bullying had continued to eat away at me. The depression had progressed slowly until one day, I suddenly wasn't able to move. The doctor explained that fixing my depression would take twice the time it took for it to develop. But because of my mother's understanding and support, I recovered at a miraculous speed and was then able to lead a normal life. I'm going now, but my depression came back. I'm never going to be a normal person again. I put in my request for a leave of absence at my school too late and ended up repeating a year. Together with my depression treatment, I graduated when I was 25. Trying to find a job was difficult.
Can I ask why you repeated a year and took time off from school?
It was to treat an illness.
May I ask what kind of illness?
It was depression. When I answered that it was depression, I immediately failed that interview. The only person who understood what I was going through was my coworker from my part-time job. He was very responsible and his work was neat. He was also polite, and he offered me a full-time position. When I look back on it, the scariest moment was when I couldn't move anymore. I can't remember anything. I only remember being in pain. Depression crushes your thoughts. Welcome! I think there are many people like me who live normally, but suddenly became unable to do anything one day. I still wonder how I could have avoided the depression. People like me, who were bullied and had a ticking time bomb inside of them. I wonder if they'll be able to find a way to defuse it in time. How can we help depressed people whose lives have been shattered? I think I really want to find a way.
I saw it! Yuri is a thief!
What? I didn't. This is a story about a fight that happened one afternoon. I have a lot of mom friends. Yuri is an especially nice friend who is really caring. Sometimes, even when she's just passing by.
You bought a lot today. It must be heavy. Let me help you carry all that home.
She'll stop to help me out. Whenever I was tired from looking after my kid and thought I was done for.
That's rough. I've got to watch my kid anyway. So I'll look after yours too. Why don't you go take a break?
She would really help me out. Yuri, you're so nice and considerate of others. You're always helping me out.
It goes both ways. You always help me, Sasuji.
No one can be more helpful than you, Yuri. However, there was one mother who didn't think very well of Yuri at all. That was Akane.
She's always trying to make herself look good. She seems like such a hypocrite. Always trying to get others to like her. She thinks she's just so cute.
I don't think that's true.
Susuji, you only know the Yuri you see. She's one of those women who only acts like she's everyone's friend. You don't know what she says about you behind your back.
Honestly, I didn't like Akane. But we lived in the same neighborhood and our children were friends, so we had to get along to a certain extent. But Akane, hasn't Yuri helped you out before? In preschool, when your kid got a fever, she went and picked him up in her car, right?
I never asked her to do that. Besides, who does stuff like that anyway? Anyhow, I don't like how Yuri does hypocritical things all the time.
Even though Yuri knew she was disliked by Akane, Yuri was always nice to her.
Akane, we're having a barbecue at my place. You and your family should come too. Sasuji and Karin are bringing their families as well.
One day, we were having lunch at my house.
This is a pretty ornament.
I like that one too.
Susuji, would you help me? Thanks for lunch. It was great.
You're very welcome.
Well, we should probably head out then.
Wait a minute, Yuri.
What's wrong, Akane?
Shouldn't you show what's in your bag to Susuji?
What do you mean?
Stop complaining and just open your bag already.
Hey, wait a minute!
And what we found in Yuri's bag was a souvenir from Hawaii. The ornament I displayed in my house.
I saw Yuri put that in her bag. Yuri's a thief. There's no way that's true because... Are you saying I'm lying? I saw Yuri put it in her bag. The fact that Susuji's belongings are in Yuri's bag is an undeniable fact.
Akane, that was a present from Yuri when she went to Hawaii.
Huh. I got the same one too. Yuri has one in her house as well. It doesn't make sense to steal something you already have. That's why do Susuji and Karin have the same ones? Are you excluding me?
I wasn't trying to exclude anyone. After my trip, I tried to give you one too. But when you learned that I went to Hawaii,
You're so fortunate to be able to enjoy such a luxury.
you were in such a bad mood. I couldn't bring myself to give it to you.
You're always bad-mouthing Yuri, so you don't have the right to demand souvenirs anyway. She's always nice to you, and you don't even thank her for it.
I always did my best so you would like me, Akane, but this is just too low. Why did you try to make me into a thief? Why do you hate me so much?
What? Are you trying to make yourself out to be the good guy here? I don't like that about you. Would you give it a rest already? I hate that you're so nice and are loved by everyone. You're so perfect. I hate myself for only being able to say bad things about you.
I didn't realize you thought of me like that, Akane.
Akane's hatred was born from inferiority complex and jealousy.
I'm not perfect at all. I just want to be helpful to someone. I'm not a great cook, and there are times I don't know how to handle my kids. When I invited you to the barbecue I had the other day, you were able to organize all the plates and vegetables so quickly. I was impressed. So, let's forget about today and be friends again, okay?
I'm not joking around.
Akane left mumbling insults to herself the whole time. A little while after that, Akane took her kid and moved somewhere. We don't know where she went. I hope she thinks back on this day and reflects on her actions. After Akane left, Yuri seemed sad for a bit, but we are still good friends and help each other.
One day, my sister, who I had not seen in a few years, suddenly stopped by for a visit.
It's been a while, big sister.
Akane, why are you here?
I know it's sudden, but I'm getting married to this person.
Huh? The person Akane was going to marry was my ex-husband, Akamatsu. 6 years ago.
The woman I'm having an affair with is pregnant with my son, so I'm going to divorce you and marry her.
What?
Papa, what are you saying? Do you hate me? I love you, Papa.
Tsutsuji, I'm going to get remarried. You guys are in the way.
Wait, how could you say that?
I wanted a son. I don't need a woman who only gives me daughters.
What are you? After that, the divorce court ruled in my favor, and I received a lot of child support money in reparations. I asked a lawyer to take out a restraining order against him, and my daughter and I moved in with my parents. At that time, I didn't want to remember, and Akane, she knew just what an awful experience I had. Are they crazy?
Hey, don't look so surprised. Let's be friends like we used to be.
What are you saying?
What's going on, Mama?
Why, if it isn't Tsutsuji, you've gotten big.
You have some nerve coming to this house.
You won't call me Papa anymore?
At any rate, we should call my parents and have a proper discussion.
And so we registered our marriage. We wanted to ask both our parents to come to our wedding and have a nice dinner.
I can finally wear a wedding dress.
Huh? Don't you get it? You're marrying the man who threw away his own wife. You came to my wedding, didn't you, Akane? Do you think everyone will be happy for you?
Of course I do. Why won't you accept him? We love each other, so that's why we're getting married. And I'm going to have his baby, so you can forget about the past.
Everyone in the room froze.
You're going to have his baby? What the heck? That's disgusting.
I felt the same as Sasuji. From Sasuji's perspective, her new brother or sister is also her cousin. Fine, do whatever you want. But from now on, don't come near me or my daughter ever again. Don't forget I still have a restraining order against you.
What? Why are you so cold?
Even though you're planning to have a nice wedding.
They left, mumbling and grumbling the whole way out.
Awful. They're just awful.
Sasuji, just forget about them. We will never have to see them again. Why are those two thinking that they should be congratulated in the first place? Do they even know what they're doing? Does he really think he can rebuild a relationship with me or my daughter? After everything he did, how dare he? I consulted with my ex-husband's family about this matter. They were just as shocked as I was and apologized over and over again on the phone. The two held their nice wedding reception just as they had planned. Because everyone knew the situation, no one attended. A few months later.
I finally got the boy I've been waiting too long for.
Isn't he cute?
They came to report that their baby boy was born, but both families decided to ignore them.
Hey, why won't anyone congratulate me? Aren't we family?
Akane called me to complain, but I hung up on her. I had completely cut off contact with Akamatsu and had just started to forget the whole thing, but the situation changed. Yes, this is Karin. What? Father has died? And he left something for my daughter in his will? Yes, Akamatsu was ignored by his own father. The will said that his assets would go to the grandchild going through a difficult time. Normally, the assets would go to the next of kin, but this is not necessarily the case when there's a clause in the will. Of course, my sister and her husband came demanding an explanation.
What is the meaning of this? Why was I not left anything?
That's right. Akamatsu is our only son.
My ex-mother-in-law was coincidentally at my house at the time to discuss something about the funeral and heard them complaining.
You two have only been thinking of yourselves. Do you have any idea what you put Karin and her daughter through?
But my son is your grandchild too! Why are you being so unfair?
You made that kid of your own accord. You have some nerve coming around here. A man like you is no son of mine.
They left begrudgingly, bitterly complaining the whole time. I'm sorry about all that, Mother.
No, I'm sorry for all the trouble my son has caused.
Akamatsu continued to call for a while after that, but he consulted with a lawyer about changing his phone number for work reasons, but was not able to for legal reasons. Sasuji, you were left your grandfather's money, but what you do next is up to you. Don't be afraid to change how you live your life if you don't like it.
I got it.
This time, I cut ties with Akamatsu for good. My sister and her husband are having a rough time because they had a child when they were both so old. They live apart from the rest of the family and live very lonely lives. Sasuji went to university, and our family lived in peace.
My name is Karin. I was on my way back from the dumpster after throwing away some trash, when suddenly, what's that sound?
Someone is going through our garbage. What are you doing? Stop! Wait!
I couldn't stop them. From behind, it looked like our neighbor Azami. In that garbage bag, this is bad. There was just a t-shirt, towels, and a stuffed animal. However, there was a problem.
Mama!
It's okay. Mama is right here. The other day, my son got the norovirus. I collected all the things that he vomited all over and put them in the garbage. I covered them with disinfectant and tied the bag tightly. I didn't think anyone would try to open it.
I need to hurry and tell Azami.
Excuse me, I'm your neighbor, Karin.
Excuse me. My daughter is sleeping, so stop ringing the doorbell. Have some common sense. Go away.
I wasn't able to get a word in. I could call her, but it won't go through. She won't answer.
Did she refuse my call?
Well, since it's come to this, I'll call the police. And that's what happened.
Let me confirm. She stole garbage, correct?
Yes, that's right.
We can't really do anything if it's garbage.
I thought as much. What should I do? Azami has young children. They were talking about taking a trip soon, too. I felt anxious for the next few days. I wondered what had happened to Azami after that.
Karin, good morning. Karin, have you heard?
Everyone at Azami's house suddenly fell ill. They had to cancel their trip.
What? Everyone?
That was definitely the virus. It doesn't seem serious, but there are little kids in that house. It's worrisome, isn't it? I'm happy that it doesn't seem like anything serious. But if I leave things as they are now, it will just be a matter of time before...
It's your fault we had to pay those cancellation fees.
Azami comes knocking on my door to complain. For now, I'll drop her name. Actually, the other day, my garbage was stolen. Was it Azami? Why do you know that? Everyone knows that Azami steals garbage. She went through the dumpster with the crows the other day. Even after someone was assigned to monitor the dumpster, she kept stealing garbage. Even the crows have given up trying to get out the garbage.
What? So there are other victims besides me? We can't leave the situation like this.
We assembled other victims of Azami's actions and headed over to her house. Azami, please listen to what we have to say.
What do you people want?
We won't let you play dumb anymore.
We know you are stealing everyone's garbage. What are you talking about? I would never do anything like that. Everyone has seen you taking things from the garbage station.
Azami, have you been taking garbage?
Mother-in-law.
So the birthday present you gave me last week was this.
I threw that away last week.
Everyone froze.
You gave your mother-in-law garbage as a birthday present? What were you thinking?
So the stuffed animal you gave the kids was this.
That! My kid puked all over it because he had the stomach flu and I threw it out. Oops. So it's your fault we were all throwing up and having diarrhea. Azami just confessed. It's because of your garbage that we couldn't enjoy our trip. Never throw away garbage again. You should pay us for damages. No matter how you look at it,
The person who stole the garbage is at fault here. What? It's garbage, so what does it matter? The person who threw it away is at fault.
Hey,
More stolen things were uncovered.
that's my bike. Why is it here?
It looks brand new. Was it garbage?
No, I reported it stolen.
It wasn't even garbage. There was a garbage bag next to it. I thought it was garbage. I'm not at fault here. It's useless trying to talk to her. I've heard enough. Call the police. The mother-in-law finally crumbled. I immediately called the police. Azami was arrested. She was found guilty. I also heard she got divorced. The next day, Azami's family came to apologize.
I'm sorry Azami caused you so much trouble.
I'm sorry too. I ended up spreading the norovirus around.
There's no way we got the virus from your family. It's going around anyway. We weren't able to take our family trip before, so we're going to go now. We're planning to go to a nicer place than the one we were going to stay at before.
Is that so? Please enjoy yourselves. I feel like I was the cause of the family's suffering, but I'm surprised Azami would take home a toy covered in vomit. Did she think washing it would be sufficient? Then I remembered she was a thief and it stopped bothering me.
My friend Karin works as a professional makeup artist for weddings. We had tea together the other day.
Listen to this, Isuji. The couple I did makeup for last year is getting divorced.
I see. That's a shame. But why get divorced after only a year? What happened?
Well,
Whisper.
What? The bride cheated on her husband?
it's rude to say, but the bride was this really plain-looking woman who had never used makeup in her life. So I decided to make her the most beautiful she has ever been.
This is me?
Everyone was surprised at how beautiful she was, herself included. The woman realized just what a babe she was, and it opened up her world. She fooled around a lot after that. I feel like I ruined their happiness. It's left a bad taste in my mouth.
This isn't your fault at all, Karin. My older sister actually divorced for a similar reason.
What? Your big sister cheated on her husband?
No, it was her husband. My big sister wasn't really into makeup, and she was fat, but
I want Hidaki to tell me I'm pretty, so I'm going on a diet until the wedding.
she worked hard and dieted. She spent lots of time caring for her skin, too. Then, on her wedding day, she transformed into a real beauty. Plus, my now thinner older sister had insanely perfect proportions. The guests were all shocked. The groom's friend showered him with compliments.
Wow, Hiragi, how did you get a beauty like her? I thought you were just a plain normal guy. I never knew you could pull something like this off.
I'm happy I lost weight. I'm gonna do my best to look good for Hidaki.
Wow,
But a few months after the wedding,
Coming! Hello?
I'm sorry for the sudden call, but is this Hiraki's wife I'm speaking with?
Yes! What is the matter?
I'm Hiraki's coworker, Yuzuriha. Your husband is cheating on you.
Huh? What are you?
her husband Hiragi was plain in both personality and appearance. He was super serious and weak. He never dated another woman besides my sister. It seemed inconceivable that a nice person like him could have an affair.
No way! It could never be my husband.
He was bragging about the woman he picks up on dating sites to the other men in the office. He invited me out too, saying, let's get a hotel somewhere. He's also been hitting on younger and prettier women in the office.
That can't be!
I'm sorry for telling you all this. It's becoming a problem, so I'm going to talk to our boss soon. I thought I should let you know before that.
Several days later,
I'm home.
Hiraki, what is the meaning of this? How could you? I worked so hard for you! Am I not good enough for you?
No, it's not that.
Then what is it?
You know, I realized that I could actually be popular if I felt like it.
Huh?
Yuri, you should really tell me more often that I'm so charming. Was it because you didn't want me to be taken by another woman?
to explain, since Hideki was so unpopular, he decided to settle for my sister.
It can't be helped. I can't really be picky. I'd like a cuter and thinner girl, though.
He realized on their wedding day that my sister was a total hottie. Everyone was so excited about how she looked and congratulated the groom.
I was able to marry a beauty like her? Maybe I really am as great as everyone says. Maybe I really am charming and popular.
and completely misunderstood. That's rough. To cut to the chase, her husband
Shut up! If you're going to complain, I'll divorce you! I can get any beautiful girl I want!
said all that and ended up divorcing her. Oh no, poor Yuri.
Sis, how about having some jello?
Yeah, she was so sad at the time. But 2 years later, her boss at work introduced her to a nice man. They got married and are really happy. I see, that's great. And what about that trash ex-husband of hers? Of course, we had him pay a lot in the settlement. His parents and siblings were angry that he threw away such a nice girl. His coworkers and friends called him a cheating scumbag and refused to associate with him. His boss who set them up in the first place said it was an embarrassment and is giving him the cold shoulder. It became unbearable to work there, so he quit of his own volition. A mutual friend said that he was going around asking to borrow money. Of course, no one will lend him anything. I hope he suffers and reflects on what he's done. For sure. Why do people get inflated egos like that anyway? If I start to get full of myself and don't realize it, definitely tell me, okay? Everyone, let's always try to observe ourselves objectively.
My name is Cutting. I live with my parents in the countryside of the Kanto area.
How does this look, honey? Is it weird?
Just be yourself, dear. Today, my brother who lives in Tokyo is going to introduce us to his fiancée. I wonder what she's like. But she's someone my brother picked. That's true. Maybe she values him for what he has on the inside. My brother Katsuya is not exactly what you would call handsome. His personality? He once said he was in love with an anime character.
She must be a very strange girl.
Oh, speak of the devil.
I'm home!
Please pardon my intrusion. Welcome home. Huh?
What's wrong, everyone?
Nice
This is the girl I was telling you about, Yuri.
to meet you.
Who are you?
Is that really you, big brother? This isn't some kind of scam?
You're still as rude as always. I'm your brother.
What? In the few years we hadn't seen my brother, he had completely transformed. It was like he was a different person. I learned that Yuri was a beautician.
Actually, Yuri picked out all my clothes. She also cuts my hair for me.
That makes sense. But when you first met, he was that fluffy mess of a man, right?
Actually, Yuri was the one who started talking to me. She called out to me on the street.
Wait, Katsura, don't say it like that! At the time, I was a student at beauty school. We needed a model for a show we were putting on at a school event. But some things happened, and we couldn't decide on a model. We ended up asking friends and looking around school for someone. Anyone! We can't find anyone good.
We're the only group left who hasn't found a model.
Ah, there he is! A perfect model for us!
What?
Where? Huh? Excuse me. I'm a student at a Tora beauty school. My name is Yuri. Do you have a little time right now? My friend certainly gave me an earful, but if we do his makeup and throw a wig on him, there, it's just like I said, right? Oh! My friends finally realized what a true diamond in the rough he was. After that, I continued to ask Katsura to be our model. It's so hard to hide your eyebrows.
I'll get them waxed.
There's an outfit I'd like you to wear, but your chest is a little...
I'll start working out.
I got my beautician's license.
Congratulations. Please use my hair to practice on. I'll do anything for you, Yuri.
Katsura, before we realized it, we had fallen in love.
You don't have to say it like that.
Sorry, I just couldn't help it.
And Yuri and I are thinking of getting married.
Yes! You have our blessing! And so, my brother married Yuri. They come back home more than twice a year to visit. When they do, Yuri will thank you properly, so... Shopping! Would you go shopping with us? Of course I will! After that, we would have Yuri come shopping with us and give us fashion advice. Thanks to her. Sosuji looks really pretty. She looks so nice. My mother was praised at work. Yeah! What a suave older man! My father was getting hit on by younger women. My boyfriend also.
Karin, You keep getting more and more beautiful. I think maybe I'll put a little more thought into my appearance.
We were all so happy Yuri joined our family. She's brought so much joy to our lives. I'm happy I get more praise. It really helps my motivation. I've started to care for my nails every day, too. Having Yuri by his side must be helping my brother's confidence. My brother and Yuri are still happy together.
Thanks to Yuri, my life is more fun.
Big brother, you better make her happy. We are all wishing for their happiness.
At the apartment complex where I live, there was a young girl sitting in the lobby until late at night. She's doing homework. It doesn't seem like she left her apartment to play. She's polite and doesn't seem like a bad kid. Good evening. You're Karin, who lives in room 203, right? Good evening.
Is it okay to be out this late? Aren't your mother and father worried?
Mama and Papa are still working.
Oh, really? You don't have a key?
Yeah, I can't go inside unless I'm with Papa or Mama. I know. Why don't I ask the landlord to let you in? You can't. Huh? Papa and Mama will be angry with me. You can't open the door. Now that I get a closer look, her clothes are dirty. I wonder if they're getting washed. I just bought some snacks. Let's have them together. What do you eat for dinner? Do you have a packed meal? I eat with Papa and Mama when they come home. You eat together? What time do they come home? Around midnight. Huh? I can't ignore this. Karin, do you know either of your mother or father's phone number? I do, but they always say they're busy, so don't call. If I don't confront them, I won't be able to sleep.
Why are you bothering me when I'm so busy?
Is this Karin's father?
Yeah, and?
Excuse me, but what is your profession?
I run a pub. Got a problem with that?
You leave Karin alone until late at night every day. What is the deal with this?
Leave her alone? It's just discipline. She's still young, so if I leave her alone, she'll eat things in the fridge and mess up the room. It's a real drag. Plus, this is inside the apartment complex. I don't see a problem here.
You aren't feeding her anything until late at night. That's a big problem. You should think about Karin's welfare more.
Shut up! I'm busy with work. I got off early today because of this. If my store's profits decrease, are you going to take the blame for that?
What's going on? Why are they arguing? That's so scary.
That's the person from 203.
Karin, let's go. We're leaving.
Karin. Yuri, are you okay? Susuji. Azami.
The man from 203 is always like that. You can hear him yelling at Karin from outside their room and loud banging. So the landlord went to warn him about it, but...
I'm not hitting her. It's just discipline.
Is what he said.
Where is Karin's mother? Actually, Karin is a child from a previous marriage, and the mother isn't involved in her care at all. That's so sad. His wife has 2 kids from a previous relationship, and those kids are already college students, so they're having the kids work at their pub.
Those kids are disrespectful, and there are bad rumors about them. I don't like them much.
Calm down, Azami.
Those people were also complaining that since Karin is too young to work, that it's a pain to take care of her. It's so irritating. What do they think children are?
Is there anything you can do, you think? The landlord was saying he wanted to do something about this situation, so I think he would help us.
Let's have Karin's teachers and everyone in the apartment complex give us statements.
After that, the Child Protection Agency and police came several times, asking about Karin. A few days later,
I am Karin's grandmother. My son and his wife have caused you all a lot of trouble. If you hadn't contacted the police, I would never have known about how bad Karin's situation was. How should I thank you?
No, please, raise your head. Everyone was happy to be able to help. I'm going to live with Grandma from now on. Really? Even if you go far away, I hope you will be happy, Karin. Yeah! It took time, but I'm happy Karin is finally away from that family. After some time had passed,
Yuri!
we have an update. Okay, I'll open the door now. I heard from the landlord that the family in 203 are going to move. You both are quick to the latest gossip. Here's some tea.
It's not just that. That pub finally went out of business.
What? Really?
At first, they had 2 young girls working to attract male customers. And were making a lot. But they were dating around. And one of them got pregnant with the baby of a man who was older than her father. There was lots of trouble with customers about that. And then there was that whole thing with cutting, right? The rumors spread, and all the customers stopped coming.
They deserve it for leaving a cute kid like that all alone. That's right. I got a letter from Karin.
What?
Show us! Show us!
Well.
Isn't that nice? I'm happy her grandma is a good person. I hope she can be happy to make up for all the time she felt lonely. I'm Yuri. This is a story about when I was in college. Back then, my parents won the lottery. They rebuilt their house with the money. I'm home. Wow, it's all so nice. I lived in Tokyo for college, but came back during summer vacation.
We used to have to share the same room, but now we have our own.
Really? That's amazing.
Yuri, you can stay here as long as you like during summer vacation. Get some rest.
Yay! Then, my classmate from junior high, Akamatsu, texted me out of the blue. What does he want?
Hey, wanna go out?
What the hell is he saying? What does he mean, go out? We have nothing in common. We haven't seen each other since graduation. I guess I'll reply, but where'd that come from? I have a boyfriend in college. Then, within 3 minutes. So fast! What the?
Die!
He replied. Huh? What the hell is his problem? Forget it, just ignore him. But it only got worse from there. The next day, I met an old friend from junior high.
Hey Yuri, it's been forever.
Hey Suzuki, how you been? Oh, listen to this. I got a text from Akamatsu yesterday.
Ugh, you too?
What do you mean?
After graduating high school, he started working at a factory, but he missed work too many times and he's out of a job right now. But since he's tall and good looking, he's leeching off of several girls. And he probably heard about your parents winning the lottery. He probably called you because of that.
I see.
And look at his blog. He wrote, "That girl is so lame. I thought I'd get her easy, but she said she has a boyfriend. What the hell? Give me a break."
Wow, what the hell? Needless to say, I blocked him on the spot. Just to be safe, I changed my email address too. I only shared my new address with good friends and family. I blocked all numbers that weren't registered in my phone.
I found out who her boyfriend is. He's nothing. Stop being so stuck up.
But somehow, he found out about my boyfriend. I told my boyfriend, sorry, I know you live far away, but...
Don't worry.
He came over to my family's house right away.
Hello, my name is Katsura. I'm dating Yuri-san. Sorry to show up out of the blue like this.
Hello there. Please make yourself at home.
My parents were in a good mood because of the lottery, so I didn't tell them about my old classmate. I didn't want to worry them. But why? Where did the information leak from? I was so careful.
Yuri-chan, I'm not sure, but it might have been my friend Hiragi. I heard he went to school somewhere around here. Sorry.
It's not your fault, Katsuda-kun. The next day...
Yuri-chan, yesterday Hiragi asked me, "Can I borrow money from your girlfriend?" Well, it's not for me, it's for my friend Akamatsu. Can you believe it?
What did you tell him?
I told him to never call me again.
My boyfriend wasn't the best-looking guy, and he wasn't that tall either. But he was kind, honest, and strong enough to stand up for himself when he needed to. But then, Akamatsu started going out of control on the blog.
What is that ugly bitch's problem? Hand me some money! Man, I'm being generous here. I told her I'll be her boyfriend.
Then,
Can't believe she's going out with this dude. Look at this guy.
he uploaded a picture of Katsura he took without his permission. How far is he going to take this? That's it. I'm calling the police. But all they did was give him a warning. He kept on harassing me and my boyfriend that night.
Yuri, I think there are some new messages on the voicemail. Could you check them?
Okay. It's from Akamatsu.
You really think you have a future with your so-called boyfriend? You know you guys will break up sooner or later. Why are you acting like you're in love? You'll get married, pump out some babies, and end up miserable surrounded by stupid kids.
What the hell? How long is he going to do this?
Yuri, move.
Hey, Akamatsu! If you're going to continue this, I'm calling the police again. If that's not enough, I'll show up at your house myself. Brace yourself!
Akamatsu probably got scared again. He stopped harassing us. He stopped contacting us altogether. A few years later, I met Sasuchi again.
Hey, did you hear about Akamatsu? He finally got a job, but had to marry a girl he got pregnant. And apparently, it's triplets.
And
Why me? My wife is saying she wants to have the babies. I don't. Triplets? No way. I can't afford that.
he shared it with the world on his blog. Around the same time, Katsura and I got married at 25. I'm 7 months pregnant. We have a new home and will soon be joined by a new family member. Life is good. I have no idea what Akamatsu is up to these days, but I can tell you this. All the things you say come back to you. My name is Sasuji. Oh, my phone. Oh, my great-grandmother-in-law. I understand. I received news that my great-grandmother-in-law passed away. I lived in Aomori. I met my husband Kuroki at work and got married last year. He's 5 years older than me. I'll get the car. Can you get the garbage?
Huh? Ah, okay.
His parents lived in the same prefecture with his older sister, so we lived by ourselves. My great-grandmother-in-law got pneumonia 6 months ago while fighting cancer, so the doctor said it was just a matter of time. We had prepared what we could.
Tsuchiji, you got the beads?
Yeah, got it.
Looks like it's going to snow again. Better shovel the snow first.
I know. Hello, Mom. It's me, Sasuji. About the funeral. The funeral was at a temple, right? If we're going to take off our shoes, can I wear boots to the funeral? It looks like it's going to snow again. Of course, dear. Everyone here knows what it's like. It'd be dangerous to wear normal shoes on a day like this. Aomori is a snow country. When it's snowing a lot, sometimes people wear rain boots or snow boots to funerals because it's safer that way. Needless to say, nothing flashy. The day of the funeral, lots of people were wearing boots. Kuroki, Akamatsu and the others are arriving at the station soon. Could you go pick them up? I'll go. I forgot something in the car anyways.
Ah, thanks. Be careful of the snow.
Akamatsu-kun is my husband's younger brother. He's the same age as me. He met Akane-san, who is older than him, in Tokyo. They got married and currently live in Tokyo with their son. Akane-san always gives me a hard time. Probably because I got married first. I kind of don't want to see her.
Ah, Tsutsujii-san. Sorry for the trouble. Thank you.
Of course, you must be exhausted from the long trip. Hey, Ta-chan, you got big.
Everyone already there?
Yeah, I think most of the family is there already. So much snow, as always. Yeah, it's snowing again. We're here.
Thanks.
You can enter over there. Yay! Sasuji-san, why are you wearing boots? Oh, this. Well, since it's snowing a lot today. What? What are you saying? That doesn't mean you can wear boots to a funeral. Well, are you insane?
Hey, Akane, stop it. Sorry, Tsutsuji-san.
What? Why are you apologizing? What am I supposed to do? Kane-san's going to explode. What's going on? What's with all the yelling? Mom, look at this. Sasuchi-san is wearing boots. I know she's young, but there's a limit to this kind of stuff. It's okay, Akane-san. Sasuchi-san explained everything to me beforehand.
Settle down. I said it was okay.
Mother, you can't just let her do whatever she wants just because she's young. Everyone's too nice to her. That's why she's so stuck up. Sasuji-san, stop shaming our family. Unbelievable.
I can't even explain myself at this point.
What's going on?
Nothing.
I'm so sorry, Tsutsuji-san. Once she gets like that, I can't stop her.
No worries. Better keep my distance from Akane-san. I know I didn't do anything wrong, but it still hurts when someone yells at me like that.
The farewell service is over. Please proceed to the funeral hall. There's a bus waiting for all the guests downstairs.
See? Look. Akane-san, I'm not the only one wearing boots.
Shame on you.
This slope is pretty steep. Be careful.
Yay, snow. Hey, don't run. You'll fall.
Akane-san!
Mommy!
Akane-san!
Akane, are you okay?
I'll call an ambulance. Akane injured her knees and bled pretty badly. Soon, the ambulance took her away.
Man, did you see the way she fell?
Hey, that's not nice.
What's wrong, Tsutsuji? You okay?
I wouldn't say she deserved it, but it was pretty funny seeing her fall down like that. Ever since then, Akane-san! I no longer had to avoid her, because she started avoiding me. I'm not sure if she realized what she did was wrong, but either way, she stopped giving me a hard time, so that's a relief. After all, I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm Tokusa. I went out with a girl named Akane a few years back. I broke up with her because she cheated on me, but... Oh, so this is Akane's account.
Huh? I'm so glad I ended it with him. He was terrible. My boyfriend is so nice. He's so great.
You mean T, your ex? Don't even compare your boyfriend to that violent asshole.
I recently found out that she was telling everyone that I was an unfaithful, violent guy. That bitch! I wanted to say something in response. I still have her number? Huh? Then Akane called me. What the hell does she want? But fine. I wanted to let some things off my chest, too. Hey, Akane! You!
Tokusa! What should I do?
Huh?
Listen. I'm in big trouble.
Fine! Just shut up! Calm down! What is it? Whenever things didn't go her way or she got in trouble, she always panicked and started freaking out. That reminds me, I went out with her because she told me, if you don't go out with me, I'll kill myself. I'm easily convinced. I had no choice but to listen to her. Apparently she was having an affair, and the wife found out, and she was being sued for damages.
So, what do you think I should do?
What do you mean? Just pay up. You're the one at fault here. What the hell is she saying? But this was the kind of person she was. I want to hang up soon. Oh, I know. Well, if you ask me, maybe it's the wife's fault. She's not attractive enough. That's why her husband cheated on her. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The guy loves you more than his wife, right? You don't need to pay her anything.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah.
I feel much better. Thanks to Kusa.
Sure. Too easy. I just pulled those words out of my ass, but it sounded like she took it seriously. Then the unexpected happened. A few days later...
It's your fault.
What? At the meeting?
It's your fault for not being attractive enough. To put it simply, he loves me more than you. Pay you? Give me a break.
She basically repeated everything I said to the wife.
She freaked out and asked me to pay even more. It's your fault.
She's pretty funny. I knew she was dumb, but I didn't think she was this stupid. What should I do? I still need to yell at her for spreading false rumors about me. She's so dumb. How far will she go?
You there?
She's looking down on you. If I were you, I'd hit her. No questions asked. Wait, she snapped at you but you did nothing? You just came home? Well, I guess you don't love your boyfriend that much after all. I gave her some advice and hung up.
Yeah.
Few days later...
That's enough.
Huh?
What are you snapping at me for, you hag? You want some?
Huh? What?
Being stupid as usual. She actually hit her.
Oh, wait! This isn't happening!
Sam, please, calm down!
down! What are you doing, Akane-san?
Let me go!
Things got out of hand. She was asked to pay even more after that. The wife even filed a victim's report. They even called her parents. Things weren't looking good for her.
Stop ignoring me. It's all your fault. I'm going to your house.
Wow, she's pissed off. Scary. Oh well, I moved, so it doesn't matter. Thanks. She brought this all on herself, but I guess I was able to get some sweet revenge too. My name is Tokusa. One day I came home and my apartment was on fire! No way! This isn't happening!
Tokusa-chan. Oh, thank God you're okay.
Oya-san! My landlord lives by herself in a house next to the apartment. She cleans the apartment every day and holds on to packages for us residents. And she always says hi to us. She's a friendly and gentle person.
I'm sorry, Tokusa-chan. I should have been more careful. This is all my fault. I'm so sorry.
Oya-san, with the apartment gone, she must be going through a lot too. How will she make a living now? It must have been tough for her too, but she just kept on apologizing to me. I couldn't help but cry. A few minutes later, the fire was put out. The fire started at the hallway on the first floor near the road. Luckily, the building didn't burn down to the ground, but a lot of the rooms turned into ashes. If there's any good news, it's that the fire started during the day, so nobody got hurt. My room was the farthest one away from the fire, so there was less damage. It's soaked though.
What? My room!
No way! A fire?
At night, the residents came home and were shocked to see what happened to their homes.
I'm sorry. I should have been more careful. I'm so sorry. Everyone, I'm truly sorry.
You're absolutely right, you old hag! What are you going to do about it? Everything's gone! You're the landlord, aren't you?
Yeah! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Lots of residents lost everything in the fire, but since we had no idea what or who was responsible, they all started blaming the landlord. The residents kept yelling at the landlord. All she could do was cry and apologize the entire time. Later, I went to my friend's house to stay a few nights. Thanks! Sorry to hear, man. I went back to the apartment from time to time to find things I could still use. Clothes, books, appliances were all ruined, but I found some CDs and plates that I could still use. This is it. The landlord came to help me with this too.
Here, this one's safe too.
Oya-san?
What is it?
Did they find out the cause?
All they know is that it was arson.
Arson? Did they find out who?
It's okay. Either way, it's my fault. I couldn't notice it in time to save the apartment. I'm truly sorry, Tokusa-chan. I really am.
Oya-san, please don't be too hard on yourself. The arsonist is the one who's responsible. You should be mad too. You're the victim here.
Thank you, Tokusa-chan.
All right. I'm off.
You find a new home?
Not yet, but my friend is letting me stay over for a few nights, so it's okay.
I see.
Too bad how things ended. I liked this place. See you, Oya-san.
Yeah.
A few months later, I got a message from one of the residents at my old apartment who I had exchanged contact information with. They said they found the arsonist. The person responsible for taking my home and upsetting Oya-san. Who was it?
It was the landlord. Can you believe this?
What? Yep, the landlord was the culprit. Apparently she did it for the insurance money. Since we were friends, she started the fire farthest away from my room. This is insane! Ah! Stupid bitch! What the hell? My clothes? My appliances? I should have been yelling at her with the others too! Shit! Why was I cleaning my room with the arsonist? Why? Oya-san, can I take a picture? Why did I take a picture with her in front of the burnt-down apartment? Ah! Give me back my tears, that stupid bitch! Even to this day, remembering this incident pisses me off! My name is Kuroki. I work at Etra Limited.
You okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Yuri-san didn't seem well. Maybe she caught a cold? I heard it's going around these days. Actually, I heard she went out drinking last night. Probably just a hangover. I was kind of worried. Then that afternoon, she looks worse than before. You alright, Yuri-san? If you're not feeling well, I was about to say you should go to the medical office, but then... Ah! I guess it was bad timing. She stood up and ran towards me. Ah! You okay, Yuri-san? I didn't spill any coffee on you, did I? Huh? Blood! Blood! She must be really sick! Hospital! Somebody call an ambulance!
No need.
Huh?
It happens all the time, right, Yuri-san? Well, today it looks a bit worse. Here, let's go wash up.
Wait, if this happens all the time, that's even worse! We have to take her to the hospital!
Yuri-san, you okay? Looks like you got some blood on your clothes. Here's a new handkerchief.
You got something to change into? Wait, this isn't blood. This is coffee, isn't it?
Oh, true. I'll wash it anyways.
I was freaking out, but the women in the workplace handled it like it was nothing. The other guys seemed shocked as well. They couldn't focus on their work, but the women went about their business as if nothing happened.
Yuri-san is having her period.
Period? Huh? Wait, you bleed out of your mouth too?
Well, not normally. But it happened with some people. Her endometrium moved to her other organs, causing her to cough up blood from time to time during her period. Usually, she just gets some blood in her loogies, but she bled more than usual this month.
I didn't know about these things. Wow, I guess I understand. Seeing how they reacted, I'm guessing all the women at work know?
Yeah.
But none of the guys know. Maybe you should tell everyone, not just me.
What? Wait, I don't want men to know when I'm having my period, and it's not like it's life-threatening.
But you saw them. People panic when they see something like that. I guess I should be saying this to Yuri-san, but what if something like that happens again, and there aren't any women around? We'll just panic. We'll be useless. I mean, we'll never be able to understand what it's like to have your period, but we can hand her a new handkerchief if necessary. I know it's not much, but...
You're right. We should let the men know too. Once she settles down, I'll ask Yuri-san and tell everyone.
Wait. Maybe you should tell everyone as soon as...
Chief Katsura, why did you call an ambulance? Cancel that!
A coworker coughed up blood and passed out! Who wouldn't call an ambulance?
Chief, I'm okay. I didn't pass out. I just fell.
Yuri-san, stay still! What if your condition gets worse?
I said I'm okay.
You just coughed up blood! You're not okay! See? This is what happens. Later, they explained her situation to the men, too. Every guy at work started to bring an extra handkerchief with them.
After the 2011 earthquake,
Sorry, Mommy and Daddy need to stay here for work.
next year we'll all be together again. My older brother and his wife had to stay in Tohoku for work, so we took in their daughter, my niece, until they could live together again. Hey, Azumi, I got you some delicious cake. Let's try it together.
No thanks.
What? Azumi, wanna read this comic? Hey, let's watch this show together. And just like that, my niece completely ignores me. I don't even know what to say to her anymore. Well, she's been through a lot, and she just moved to a completely new town, so... How old is your niece again? Etra Elementary, right? She's probably the same age as my daughter.
Mommy.
This is my friend's daughter. She's the same age as you, Azumi.
Hi, I'm Yuri. Nice to meet you. Let's walk to school together.
Alright then, let's let the young ones handle the rest. I'm so worried about Azumi. Tsuji, you always worry too much. But if she becomes friends with Yuri-chan, maybe Azumi will start enjoying school. She really needs a friend. I'm so worried. I didn't do anything for Azumi after that, but since the new school year started, I started to notice small changes in her. When she talked to my parents, she smiled from time to time. I was pretty worried at first, but it looks like things are getting better for her. But, sorry, I didn't know you were still using the sink. Why? Why does she ignore me? She smiles when talking to my parents. No, calm down. I need to focus on my test. Time to eat some meat buns and switch things up. And after a few months,
Sasuji-san.
Azumi, you looking for Grandma? They went shopping, but I think they'll be back soon. What's up? It's been forever since she's talked to me.
No, look at this.
An essay?
I won an award. I read this in front of the entire school. I wrote about you, Sasuji-san. I did it without your permission. I'm sorry.
Huh?
After the earthquake, I moved here to Etra City. I was separated from my mom and dad, so I was very sad. But Grandma and Grandpa are very nice to me. I'm so grateful for them. And I made a lot of new friends at school too. And most of all, I want to say thanks to my dad's sister, Sasuji-san.
Huh? Me?
Sasuji-san introduced me to Yuri-chan. This really helped me with school life. I'm really glad I became friends with Yuri-chan. Thank you so much. And recently, I started to take an interest in Sasuji-san's work. When I grow up, I want to be just like her. She was always studying late into the night for her exams. When she finally passed, I was really happy for her. I never talked to anyone older than me like Sasuji-san, so I had no idea what to say at first. When I want to talk to her about many things in the future. Next year, Mom and Dad will come and pick me up, so I'll be leaving this house. But can I still come over and play?
Of course. You can come over anytime.
Oh, there's more. Huh? But Sasuji-san always eats 3 meat buns before dinner. I don't think that's good for you. I'm really worried, so please take it easy on the snacks.
When I study hard, I get really hungry, you know? Wait, you read this in front of the entire school?
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was so shocked that I ate 2 taiyakis afterwards. My very good friend, Karin, died. She was in an accident. Karin was 2 years older than me. Since my parents often left me alone, she would play with me. She would look after me, like we were actual sisters. I thought of her as an older sister. When I heard that bright and carefree Karin was in an accident... Are you okay? What do you mean by accident? I'm fine. Bring me some pudding from the Etra Patissier when you visit. She was well enough to spout off jokes like that. During the night, her condition suddenly got worse. She died quietly without receiving any medical attention. When I heard, my head became empty and fuzzy. I don't even know if I cried or not. I couldn't understand what was happening. The clock still shows that time is moving forward. My smartphone is receiving messages. I couldn't forgive everything in my daily life for moving on, as if nothing had changed. But still, as time passed, I was able to return to some semblance of my normal self. Get your Etra Patissier pudding! Huh? There are still lots of places I want to go with Karin, food I want to share, things I want to do. Lots and lots of them. However, Karin isn't here anymore. But what am I doing? Huh? When did I fall asleep? I wonder what time it is. Huh? When I woke up, Karin was sitting next to me. Ah, this is a dream. I thought when...
You're finally awake.
The one who was in an accident was not Karin, but me. Wanting pudding as a gift when she came to visit, and suddenly taking a turn for the worst in the night. However, I wasn't exactly dead. I was in a coma. 3 days passed before I finally woke up. Karin dying was all a dream that I had. Karin was alive, and next to me, worried sick the whole time.
I'm so happy.
Karin was relieved I was okay. I was relieved that Karin, who I thought had died, was alive. That was a dream. Yeah, Huh? That was a dream? I left work and came home already. It all felt so real when Karin died. Too real.
After that, I've had trouble distinguishing reality from dreams. I have to go to the clinic. I was so scared. I started going to therapy, but I suddenly became uncertain. If something that awful was a dream, then was all the joy and happiness I felt when Karin was alive also just a dream? I wonder if this dream will also crumble around me like it did before, with the new reality waiting for me. When I wake up, I always feel weak in the knees.